I'm gonna have to tell it to you straight. Hero bans are kind of trash, man.
Trash.
What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel, because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario, aka YouTube's greatest fat man here, bringing you another video. Alright, so I have been playing hero bans in comp for the last week or so, and I have to say, it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Trash.
I'm just a little bit frustrated. And so sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. There's some positives and some negatives here that I'm going to talk about here. Of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all the good stuff that YouTube requires you to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet. You know what to do. So, hero bans. Alright, and so now in Overwatch, similar to in Marvel Rivals, there are hero bans where you can basically pick 3 heroes before you start the game that you want to ban, and then the heroes with the most votes out of everybody playing gets banned. And it's going to be 4 heroes. So the 4 heroes with the most votes get banned. And in a way, it's a pretty interesting mechanic. It's a pretty good idea. This way you get to ban annoying heroes you don't want to deal with and just play with the heroes you like. Now, this comes with some positives and some negatives, okay? All right. Now, the thing is, it doesn't always work that way, right? People don't always just, like, ban the problematic heroes. Most of the time, they just ban heroes they don't like, or heroes they've been taught not to like by, like, you know, streamers and whatnot. Because most of the time when I play, you know what I'm saying, they ban 4 heroes, right? Or mainly 3 heroes. Mercy, Zarya, and Sombra. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, I understand the Sombra pick, right? Because Sombra, you know, it is very annoying, all right? Especially if you play support. So that's understandable, all right? But I'm going to get to her in a little bit. Mercy, I don't get. Why are we banning Mercy? All right? I know that in the higher tier, Mercy is not the best support because, you know, you up there, you actually have to play support. You can't just heal bot. And Mercy mainly heal bots when she's not, like, you know, damage boosting or rezzing people. So okay, it's understandable if you're in like Grandmaster top 500 or something, you're not running around playing Mercy. Okay, that's understandable. But we not in here, okay? We are plat diamond players. Stop playing, okay? All right. You know what I'm saying? You listen to all these streamers to tell you that Mercy sucks. They're up here. You down here, bro. You in the middle, all right? We right here. We right above the basement. Stop playing, all right? Ain't nothing wrong with playing Mercy down here, okay? And Zarya, gosh, I feel like Zarya is a weird, like, she gets banned mainly because people haven't figured out to not shoot the bubble. Like, because Zarya is so easy to counter, all right? Just don't shoot the bubbles. When she bubbles and pushes forward, she's trying to gain energy so she can steamroll you. Don't shoot her. When she doesn't have a bubble, then you shoot her. Especially in 6v6, because she only gets 1 personal. So when she does that personal, when that personal is over, you hear people say, Zarya no bubble, Zarya no bubble. That means shoot her. When that personal bubble is gone, that means shoot me. Okay? That's what it means. All right? I don't understand why they ban these characters. Like, and the thing is, there's no rhyme or reason. The thing that makes this whole thing more frustrating is there's no rhyme or reason to these bans. Like, they don't ban a hero like a perfect example. I was on Ilios, right? We were going to Ilios. I'm like, okay, Ilios well kind of sucks. Mainly because, you know, everybody wants to play, you know, they want to play Hog so they can pull people into the well. They want to play Lucio so they can pretend to be Reddit Lucios and boot people into the well. Or either they'll play Pharah so they can ka-chunk people into the well. Let's ban those heroes. Let's ban Hog, Pharah, and Lucio. No, I think we're gonna ban Moira. We're gonna ban Mercy, Zarya, and friggin' Sombra.
Bro, what you on?
I'm like, but so there's no strategy to your bans. You just ban these heroes all the time, and that's like 70 to 80% of games. They just ban those 3 heroes. Sometimes they'll throw in a different one, like they'll ban like Ball, or they'll ban like Orisa. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes one time somebody said, "Oh, we're gonna ban Freya because she's new and people don't really know how to play her."
Come on, man.
Well, then how are they going to learn? How are they going to learn to play Freya? I mean, if you go to quick play and you play Freya and then you come back to comp, you know what I'm saying? So, I want to trial my Freya skills, and then she gets banned every other game. How are you going to find out if you're good or not? That's what I'm saying. Sometimes hero bans suck and they're not strategic. One time we was on Casino Royale, right? Okay, everybody knows on that map, it's a map that has long sight lines, high grounds, perfect map for snipers and Sigma. Okay, so I was like, well, let's ban Widow and Sigma. Let's ban Widow Sigma. No, you know what they banned? Take a wild guess what they banned. They banned Diva, Mercy, Sombra, and Zarya.
You guys fucking suck.
I was like, what is it with these bans? Y'all aren't even remotely thinking about anything else with these bans. These bans suck. And that was like 80% of my games. I'm being fully honest. Sometimes it was different, but most of the times that's what it was. And here's the thing. Hero bans, they have some negative effects, mainly on like skill expression. Because if you continue to ban a hero like Zarya, you'll never learn how to counter Zarya. Alright? You'll never learn how to counter her because she's always banned. So then when you get into a situation where she's not banned and then you get run over, that's your fault because you weren't able to learn how to deal with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause look at Bastion, right? Bastion is like the mini boss of Overwatch, right? If you can figure out how to beat Bastion, you are a better player than the bottom tier players. Because the bottom tier players always get smoked by Bastion. Once you learn how to beat Bastion, okay, you've leveled up a little bit. You're not up here, but you're not down here either, okay? But how can you learn to beat Bastion if you always ban him? If he's never if you never have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing goes for Sombra. You know what I'm saying? How do you deal, even though Sombra's a little bit different, which again, I'm gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? But same thing, how do you learn how to counter Sombra if you never have to play against her? You know? The other problem with hero bans are the fact that the way Overwatch is made is that these heroes are made to kind of like counter each other. Alright, this is the thing why I didn't really like the whole counter swap narrative, because that's the nature of the game. Alright, it's like rock, paper, scissors, or it's like Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Certain types are made to counter other types to keep those types from being too powerful. Like the fairy type. The fairy type was invented to check dragons. So if fairy type just gets banned and it's just gone, then nothing is checking the dragons. Dragons are just gonna run roughshod over Pokemon. Same thing happens in Overwatch. So now that Sombra is basically just not in the game anymore, now you've got Dooms. You got a ton of Doom Fists, a ton of Balls.
Oh, pause.
You know what I'm saying? You've got a ton of snipers because there's nothing to check them. All right, unless you know how to play some other hero that can counter Doomfist, but there's few heroes that counter Doomfist better than Sombra. All right, she's not in the game no more. Same thing with Ball. Ball can just run over people now because guess what? Who's countering them? I mean, I guess Mei can counter him, or if you're playing tank, maybe you can play Hog. But if you don't have a Mei or a Hog, you might be burnt. You might be burnt. You know, you might be screwed, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, the counter to these heroes is permanently banned. Alright, the same thing goes for, like, Orisa and Malga. One of the biggest counters for Orisa, Malga, or Diva is Zarya, because she absorbs all the damage that they put out. And guess what? Zarya is basically not in the game every other game. So now expect to get run over by Orissas and Malgas. You know what I'm saying? Well, Orisa gets banned sometimes. I will admit, people are kind of smart when it comes to that, to realize that Orisa is trash and we need to ban her. But most of the time, it's Zarya. Zarya gets banned way more than Orisa does. All right. Now, as far as the good things about hero bans are, when hero bans work, they really do work. All right. Like, I had one game, I was able to play Winston, right? Because Bastion, Hog, and Zenyatta all got banned in the same match. It was a golden match, bro. Golden match, because there was no Zen, there was no Hog, and there was no Bastion. I was in that jam. I was playing Winton, having fun. Now, technically, you can play Winton into these heroes if you want to, but it's just gonna be way harder to actually do. And you're gonna have to have to depend on your team a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, to get rid of these threats so you can play Winston. But with these threats banned, it was beautiful. It was one of the most fun games I played all week because I was able to just play, you know what I'm saying? But hero bans don't always go that way though. They don't always go that way, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, you know. Now, I don't like to do these videos without having a way to fix it. I don't like to just complain in these videos. So I think the best way to make hero bans less frustrating is to have a hero ban restriction. So that means that you can't vote for the same heroes every game. You know what I'm saying? This way you have to think. You have to use your brain. All right, because that's the main problem, is people don't think with the bans. They just think, oh, well, this streamer said that Mercy was bad. I don't like Mercy. Not to mention, I don't like e-girls. You know, Zarya, I keep getting burned down by Zarya because I shoot the bubble, so I don't want to play against Zarya. And Sombra sucks. I don't like to play against Sombra. So, and that's just their thought process almost every game. They need restrictions on hero bans. So this way, if you ban those 3 characters one game, next game you can't pick those. You have to pick a different character. And not to mention, this helps keep it fresh, because hero bans was supposed to keep things fresh. Alright? Because, you know what I'm saying, this way, you know, you don't get locked into stagnant metas and stuff like that. But what happens if the hero bans themselves are stagnant? Then the game itself can be stagnant because, well, you ban the same heroes all the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a little frustrating, but when it's not, it's actually really fun. So tell me what you think in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Mario, you just mad because you play these heroes and you can't play your cheesy garbage heroes no more?
Well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Tell me in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real. And ban Zenyatta.